Good morning. It is April 16th. This is episode 7 of the Morning Pit Stop. I am your host, Jack Bobbin. At the 5 most important and interesting car industry news stories of the last day or so. So let's get into it. Story number 1. Jeep just released the Jeep Wrangler Rewind. It's not a brand new model. It is just graphics and interior package that's pure 1980s gold. They just released it. It's what it is tricolor sunset decals with all kinds of different retro wheels, including even white wagon wheels, if you remember that style, and even denim look upholstery. Inside, specifically, the Rewind brings special Napa leather seats, wearing this kind of pixelated or 80s pixel type thing from the 8-bit arcade games. That's on the seats, and there's accent stitching and painted interior bits like a different shift knob and things. The Wrangler Rewind and then the Gladiator Rewind will be available starting in about a month in May. It'll add only about $2,000 on top of the price of the Willys trims. So the Rewind comes only on the Willys trim, and the Willys trim brings a whole bunch of other off-roady type stuff with it. The Wrangler Rewind and Gladiator Rewind will be available to order starting in May, just about a month, and will add $1,900 onto the price of a Willys trim. That price starts at $46,345 for the Wrangler and $48,515 for the Gladiator. So add a couple grand onto that, and that's where you're at onto each of those. So yeah, the retro stuff is in play. The images that I saw of the Wrangler Rewind were of this kind of purple with the retro like 3-stripe orange and yellow kind of thing. It's pretty cool. It's just a sticker package, and it's only a couple grand, so if that's your thing, so be it, right? Story number 2, BMW axes the iX. So news from Munich, BMW's confirmed they're pulling the iX from the US market after this year, so run out and don't buy it. They're clearing the deck for the new class SUVs, and this should be a signal that weird-looking EVs, and if you've seen the iX, it's kind of really weird front grille and all that. Maybe people aren't into that so much. But there's a revised and new SUVs on the way, so I think they're just pushing the iX out. It was a little of an odd car or odd SUV, so BMW is axing that after this year. So I bet those are going to be on deep discount. Story number 3. Now, you have to kind of be either like British cars or kind of an older car aficionado. There was a car that was called the Jensen Interceptor. Pretty cool car. It was a muscle car. I think it looked almost of an Italian design, almost like a Mira combined with a Jag or something of the time, but it's coming back. So they're calling it the Jensen Interceptor GTX. And the idea here is it keeps that kind of 60s sport coupe look, but obviously it drops in a modern LT4 crate motor. So British style with an LT4 Chevy motor in it. It's the ultimate, I guess, gentleman's hot rod, very British, okay? It's going to be another hand-built British car that's pretty expensive and exotic. I'm not so sure about it, but if that old Jensen, which was pretty cool, is your thing, well, another Jensen is on the way. Probably the biggest story of the day is the release of the Porsche 911 GT3 S. And I was trying to figure out what the SC stands for. The SC stands for Sport Cabriolet. If you're an SC fan, but it was an SC, not an S/C, the original SC stood for Super Carrera in the late 70s and 80s. And this is an S/C. And that stands for, what was it, Sport Cabriolet. So there's a couple of pretty cool things with the GT3 Cabriolet, and a lot of people, I think there's people that I'm seeing in some of these reviews and other YouTube videos, people either love it or hate it, and but it's pretty cool. So let me go through a couple of the details. They finished the windshield surround in black as a tribute to the original 911 SC Super Carrera. This is designed to be a series production version. This is what Porsche is saying. Series production version of what the limited edition 911 Speedster and 911 ST were. A raw analog driving experience, but with a fully automatic roof, so you can use it every day. Porsche, a lot of people are saying that the car might have less rigidity, but Porsche has stated that they didn't just take the roof off the GT or chop the top off the roof off the GT. They reached into the parts bin and to create a much lighter car, because obviously the automatic roof gears and all of that add weight to the car. It does use the 4-liter naturally aspirated flat six, 502 horsepower, and it's only going to be available with a 6-speed GT Sport manual transmission, no PDK. Couple of other things to keep the weight down. I was just mentioning that it borrows the carbon fiber doors, fenders, and hood directly from the ultra rare 911 ST. 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, with the top speed still, even being a convertible, still a top speed of 194 miles an hour. So really, despite being based on the convertible shell, usually those have rear seats. This actually has only 2 seats, like a Speedster does. So pricing, last bits on this, a staggering $275,350 for the base cabriolet, GT3 cabriolet, I guess SC. And there's a street style package that adds $34,000 that adds red wheels, red Porsche side decals, and Corvette Grand Style stripes from the front fenders. So this thing is loud and proud, I guess. So get your GT3 in a convertible. And the last story of the day, story 5, is what I call this day in car history. So this day, 21 years ago, I thought it was actually a lot longer than that. But this day, 21 years ago, the last British-owned volume car manufacturer, MG Rover, closed its doors. So MG Rover had at one time included MG, obviously the little tiny cars in the 70s, Austin's, Morris, and Wolseley car models. I never even heard of that one. It left 5,000 people without jobs and really marked a moment where Britain became specialty car makers, Jaguar, Bentley, Rolls-Royce, specialty car makers at that point, because that was the last global volume manufacturer for British cars. And so 21 years ago today. So that is your morning pit stop for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the show, hit the subscribe button. My channel is tiny, but we're doing this. It's the best way to help my channel grow. So I'll see you back here in the Bay on the next episode. Drive safe.